You know what the worst feeling is? Not failure, not rejection, but knowing exactly what you want but still not being able to get started. Every year we spend hours drawing the perfect, Pinterest-worthy vision boot to romanticize the goals we hope to accomplish in a year. We buy sales hub books, create motivational playlists, invest in cute notebooks, and we know we have the time, the health, the youth, and pretty much everything else we need to make those dreams come true. But then, day after day, we're still stuck in the same place. There's a long list of wonderful things you want to do, but every time you look at it, you feel suffocated. Every morning you wake up knowing you need to do the things you need to do. But then you hesitate and end up saying, I'll do it tomorrow. Then you let yourself get caught up in habits that you and I both agree are not good for you. And you wonder, am I lazy? Why can't I get started? The truth is, it's not that you're lazy, it's that your goals are unrealistic. You know? In psychology, there is a concept of unhappiness, which is the gap between the ideal person you want to be and the actual person you are. For example, the ideal version I want to be is a girl with a body like this Kendall Jenner, driving a Porsche, earning $1 billion a month, living in a villa, and often traveling around the world. What is the reality? I am not that girl and I am far from that life. The gap between my current self and my dream self is huge. The worst part is that the more we obsess over that ideal version, the bigger the gap becomes. We set unrealistic goals to try to become that perfect version of ourselves. And that's why we get stuck where we are. Our brains are wired to avoid pain and seek comfort. So when the goal is too difficult to achieve, our brains will often choose something simpler to do, like watching TV or scrolling through TikTok. It's not laziness, it's a defense mechanism. Laziness is just a habit and habits can be changed. The first step is to be honest with yourself. List your assets. Assets here do not simply mean money but also these skills. Your strengths, weaknesses, what you do, how much you earn, what you like and dislike doing, and how much time you can devote to your goals. Then compare them to the goals you've set. Are they too far apart? Is the time frame you've set for achieving them reasonable? Remember, quality is more important than quantity. Don't go overboard with the checklist. Instead of making a list that's longer than Santa's wish list, narrow it down to 2 or 3 really important goals. Goals can change your life and who you are now. Are you just going to skip ahead? Watching too many short videos is bad for your brain. Watch it all. Keep going. Once you've adjusted your goals to be realistic, break them down into actionable steps. For example, my goal is to read a book in a month, and trust me, I am not a book lover, but I will choose to start with baby steps, which are the smallest steps possible. Today I read 3 pages. Tomorrow it might be 5 pages. The day after that it might be just 2 pages. And I do not force myself to read more than yesterday because the important thing is not the quantity, but whether I can do the act of reading or not. Yesterday I had a lot of energy. I could read 10 pages, but today I only feel like reading 6 pages, and that's completely normal, and that's okay. Point one of the biggest traps of perfectionists do too much research before doing something. Before deciding to do this cinematic vlog, I spent half a year researching, looking for tutorial videos online, spending hours taking notes, but until now I have never opened again. It all really started at the end of last year when I picked up my camera and started practicing filming every day. It is very important to do research and study before starting something. However, don't focus too much or waste time on it. Just do it, and you will learn more in the process. Remember this saying: you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Willpower eventually runs out, but habits don't. That's why I always build discipline instead of relying on motivation. For example, every night before I go to bed, I put my workout clothes on the bed. The next morning when I wake up, the first thing I see is my workout clothes. And you know what? Putting it on is easier than taking it off because my brain isn't awake enough to think of a reason to procrastinate. I also tend to attach new habits to existing ones. Like after brushing my teeth, I'll read 3 pages of a book. Actually, my brain is extremely lazy to change. It prefers to do familiar things rather than learn new things. So when you attach a new habit to an old one, the brain will resist it less. In short, don't try to change everything at once. Just one small habit, done every day, is enough to make a big difference over time. Last step, but not least, the important part is to reward yourself for starting. For example, buy yourself a drink, listen to your favorite song, or simply enjoy this moment a little more. The truth is, everyone has to start somewhere. Those people you admire, they struggled too. You don't have to be good, you just have to persevere. Start today, even if it is just a small step. Remember that everyone has their own pace. Don't compare your journey to others. Just focus on being 1% better than yesterday. Even the longest journey begins with the first step. A friendly reminder that the distance between dreams and reality is called action.